Good morning, y'all, social butterflies. It's 10 o'clock. Welcome. We'll get started in just a moment. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Welcome in the room and all of those out there in virtual land. Happy to have you joining us today on this beautiful day. Oh my goodness. Even though there's some pollen in the air, I can feel it. I'm so happy for this warm weather. Good morning. So we have new musician today, and we're going to start us off today with 2 community songs. So I invite everybody to stand for our community songs. And this is Ashley. Welcome, Ashley.
Hello. Hi. Good day, everyone.
Okay, feel free to stand for our songs.
All right, start with a simple one. Everyone sing along. You. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am blessed. I am. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am blessed. I am. One more time. I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am blessed. I am. I have surrounded myself with such beautiful things. By choosing to see God as everything. One more time on this one. I have surrounded myself with such beautiful things. By choosing to see God as everything. And here I feel spirit. Here I feel whole. Here I feel at peace. Here I hear the rejoicing of my soul. Again. Here I feel spirit. Here I feel whole. Here I feel at peace. Here I hear the rejoicing of my soul. One more time. Here I feel spirit. Here I feel whole. Here I feel at peace. Here I hear the rejoicing of my soul.
Thank you, Ashley. That was beautiful. Okay, well, welcome everyone who has joined us on YouTube, Facebook, or Zoom while we were singing. Good morning and welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Julia Robles-Scott, and I am privileged to be your bridge minister. It is my pleasure to remind us of who we are. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of science of mind. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, to each other, and the world. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, talents, and treasures, and we intentionally promote our community and our teachings. And now it's time for our announcements, and I'm going to invite our wonderful board member, Mary Lou, up.
Good morning. My name is Mary Lou Knapp. I want to have some announcements. Please remain after service for our continuing Sierra Center visioning to help us discover Spirit's highest idea for our center. And join the Sierra Center Visioning Committee. Each time we participate in the visioning process, we collect what has come through us from Spirit and uncover the common threads. This is your opportunity to participate in supporting our process by being one of the people who gets to go through our visioning responses to find the golden threads that will guide us forward on the journey of discovery. Thank you, Javon Swan and Rev. Madeline, for volunteering to be on our visioning committee. We'd like to have at least one more person to assist us. Please let Juanita or Rev. Julia know if you feel moved to be of service in this way. We thank you in advance for your service. We have 2 ongoing groups that everyone is welcome to attend, and they are now available both in person and via Zoom. First, our Manifestation Mastery discussion group meets on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And our Science of Mind study group meets on Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. You can find the Zoom links in weekly newsletter or on our online calendar on our website, sierracenter.org. And starting in June, look for new classes and Walking with the Rev. A Sierra Center member, Lizette de Miranda, is looking for someone who will pick her up and bring her to Sierra Center for Sunday morning services. If you're willing and able, please reach out to her directly at 530-277-2841. And that's the end of our announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Do you want to sit here? Okay, great. Oh, I want to remind us that there are lavender forms in the seat backs behind us. For anyone that would like to put in a prayer request, just fill one of those out, and there's a brown box over there to the left of the door, and the ministers and practitioners get together and pray on those weekly. I'm the practitioner today, so I'd be happy to pray with anyone after service if you feel the need. And let's see. If you're here for the first or second time, do you mind raising your hand? We'd like to welcome you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Great to have you here. Appreciate you coming out on this beautiful day to check us out. Okay. Now, let's see. I will do the candle lighting ritual. And so I light this single candle in honor of all spiritual and religious paths in the world. We honor them all, knowing that they all are a part of the journey to God. And also to remind us that we have that spirit of the infinite at the center and core of our being, and that we have that light within us too. And now we'd like to invite Ashley up for another community song. And then we'll have a sacred reading by our wonderful board member, Mary Lou.
I guess I was going to announce Ashley before she did her other song, but since I'm up here anyway, this seems like the perfect time. First of all, I'm so grateful to be back with you. I know most of you. I've been here many, many times. And yeah, thank you. And most of you are used to me and my wife Shauna being here. She's not here with me today. But I'm really grateful that these two people who are some of the closest and most dear people to my heart were able to come in and make music. We used to live in a community with Marilyn, your board member, with her daughter down in Santa Cruz 20-something years ago, and that's where Love Eternal was born, with us sitting around the living room or the fireside singing heart songs, and these people were a huge part of that. So this is Michael, Many Blessings, and this is Ashley, Love, and we're going to sing a song that most of you know, True Colors, by Cyndi Lauper. There you go. This was well practiced, as you can tell. Thank you. Thank you guys for singing with us.
Hello again. I'm Mary Lou Knapp, and I'm going to have our sacred reading. Today's reading is Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadows shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Lou. And now it's time for our inward shift. And so today I am your practitioner, and our core value today that we're speaking about is service. And we often hear the word seva, which means sacred service to God. And so as we recognize that when we're being in service to one another, we're actually being in service to God. And that's one of the beautiful things about being in community, is that we get the opportunities to be of service. And so there's this beautiful quote by Tagore that I'd like to read. And it says, "I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy." Okay, and now I'm going to ring the bowl 3 times, and we'll Om together and go into 5 minutes of meditation. is right here at the very center and core of our being. And so I claim and remember the truth that we are one, that there is only oneness. We are one with the one. And so I give thanks for this coming together to be able to remember this truth together. Knowing that that one infinite power and presence that created the universes, that created the solar systems, that created the stars, created us out of itself. And so I know each one of us here has that infinite wisdom, power, and presence within each one of us, because we are individualized expressions of God, Spirit, whatever word we try to use to describe the infinite that is indescribable. So I give thanks for this life that we get to live, which is the life of that one, that is full of bounty and beauty, that is full of opportunity and endless possibilities. I give thanks for knowing that there is a power in the universe for good and that we can consciously choose to use it to co-create a world that works for everyone. I give thanks for this teaching of the science of mind and spirit, for the transformation that occurs within us as we practice these spiritual principles. Knowing that we are each whole, complete, and perfect in spirit, I know that this center is blessed because we are the blessing, and that we take these teachings out into the world and we carry that healing presence of the divinity that is at the center and core of our being out into the world. And we heal not only ourselves, but those around us and our community. And there's that beautiful butterfly effect. And so I give thanks for this healing today, this coming together to remember the truth of who we are. I simply know this time is blessed. And I invite us to say together, and so it is. Okay, we have an affirmation. And so I'll read it out loud first once, and then we'll read it together. My star shines brightly within the light and the shadow. My star shines brightly within the light and the shadow. All right, thank you. So our theme this month is Light Within the Shadow. And today's topic is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I was reading that and just kind of giggling, right? And I was noticing the opportunity when I said Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, that I immediately thought of looking up into the sky at night when it's dark and just noticing how the stars are magnified and illuminated the darker the sky is. And so there's something that we can liken this to our own lives in a way that when we... Is there something wrong? Oh, the music? Thank you. Oh, yes, please, thank you. Thank you. No. I forgot. Time out, rewind. We're going to have another wonderful song by Ashley. Thank you. Thank you.
I was right there with you with what you were saying, though. I'm super excited to hear it. But,
It takes a village.
and you got the volume on the top. On the top. Takes a village.
Takes a village, hey. I love this topic of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And it had me thinking of we're stars, what keeps us from shining? Just go on, be your life, my darling. Have fun and just go on, be as you are. Please don't deny us all the gifts with which you came. Please don't deny us all the part that's yours to play. You, my love, are part of this wave of change. It's made stronger when you participate. So go on, live like you're held by love. Go on, darling, fill up your cup. We are all fed when you are overflowing. So please, for all of us, my darling, find your source and drink deep. Please don't pretend that you don't have what we need. How excited you to come here to this life to cast your seeds. Please stop bullshit of story. We don't need what you have. Stop pretending that your medicine is not in high demand. So go unruffle feathers. Go unlive society untethered. You are not here to live the life of anyone. Here to be the light you are and shine like the sun. So just relax and be as you are. When we try to show up as other than we are, we stop offering our true support. It's hard to give our gifts when we're too busy being something else. So stop being selfish, my darling. Just be yourself. Just go on, be as you are. Go on, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Song.
The last line came out in that moment. It wasn't supposed to be part of it, but it's the theme.
Thank you. Oh, that was beautiful. Just be who you are. Actually brought tears to my eyes. And that's a good thing, right? So, as I was saying, I think I was talking about the light and the dark, right? And it's just so perfect, I thought, you know what? Because the past couple of months we've been talking about authenticity and being vulnerable, and, you know, I just love to be the model of all that. Because it feels so comfortable, right? But anyway, I don't know if you know, but May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Maybe you've seen some green ribbons people are wearing or green bracelets. I belong to a team called the Recovery Education Advocacy and Leadership Team at the job that I do. And I've been part of the mental health field since 2013. And gratefully, it was here in Nevada County that I got hired as a crisis peer supporter. And it was at a time that I really needed it. I was going through a crisis myself. I had my own mental health challenges that I was going through. I don't know if you know, but 1 in 5 people will experience a mental illness during their lifetime. And it's not something that we talk about much. It's one of those kind of darker subjects, maybe, right? So I'm going to bring that to the light today. And let's see. Let me just look at my note. Yeah, so first of all, I just want to remind us that there's nothing wrong with us, right? And the reason why I bring that up, because when I got my mental health diagnosis, I felt like I was broken, that there was something wrong with me. Even though it helped explain my life, that part was a relief. But I did have this, what's called self-stigmatization. It was like, there's societal stigmatization around mental illness, and then there's the thing that we do to ourselves. I thought that I was broken, and I was like, okay, I'm not as capable, or whatever. Those thoughts were stories that I told myself in my head. I do not believe they're true. But just so you know, many of us who have gotten diagnosed with a mental illness have been told that we may never work again and that we will have to take this drug for the rest of our life or several drugs for the rest of our lives, right? In case you didn't know, that happens all the time. And the thing that happened for me was, gratefully, my psychiatrist was a Buddhist monk. And he said, here, you might just need to take this lithium for the rest of your life, and that might work for you forever, because it does for a lot of people. And I was just like, couldn't wait to take that lithium, because I'm going to let you know what happened as a course of my own, I don't like to call it mental illness, I call it a mental challenge, but I also call it a gift, was that while I was going through this very difficult time, I was caring for 6 developmentally disadvantaged women, and I noticed that every morning I had to get up and feed them, and I gave them their medication, but I also gave them their vitamins. And I was having a breakdown and realized that I was taking care of these women better than I was taking care of myself. And so that was a real light bulb moment for me, because I didn't really know how to take care of myself, honestly, right? I don't know how, I was in my 40s, I think, and I didn't really know how to take good care of myself. So anyway, I started taking vitamins, and one of the things that happened for me was I was very in tune with spirit and what was going on all around me. I heard the voice of God. So what was happening for me is I was trying to take care of myself, and so I had vitamins on the table. And every time I would walk over to take the vitamin, the word lithium would come into my mouth. I'm like, wow, what is that about, right? And this happened day after day, and finally I went to my boss and I said, do you know what lithium is for? And she goes, yeah, it's for bipolar disorder. And I go, well, I think I need some. And so, because I was afraid at that time that I was going to not make it, that I was going to leave the planet because I was having such high ups and downs, I dialed 911. And they wouldn't return my call. No one was answering. I don't know how many times I dialed 911, and I was not getting a response. And then I was getting mad, right? I'm like, how's a person supposed to survive if 911, if a psychiatrist doesn't even call them back? It wasn't the 911, it was the psychiatrist was not calling me back, right? And I thought, well, that's just amazing, and I was disgusted. But I was also, I was reaching out to my loved ones, my friends, my Rev Lanny, right? I was reaching out for support because I was already a suicide survivor. And I knew that if I didn't reach out, I was not going to make it. And so I was empowering myself to reach out for help. And I did. I ended up with that Buddhist monk psychiatrist. And he prescribed me some lithium. And I went directly to the store and immediately took it. And this was amazing, and it could have been in my head. That's a joke. But my neck muscles began to relax immediately. That's what it felt like. And I can describe what it used to feel like before I started taking that medication was that I had a demon inside of me, or a dragon right here, that I was having to squelch it down to not let it out. It was scary, and it was taking up a whole lot of my energy, just trying to keep my demon inside. And so, anyway, so I started taking this lithium. I was feeling better. It took a long time, about 9 months, and then I felt different. And I thought, I wonder if this is what normal people feel like. I felt very flat. I don't think that's the way we're supposed to feel. But also what was happening for me was I was having side effects. And I felt like I was poisoning myself. And I remember I was driving up from Sacramento here to serve as your practitioner. Now, you didn't know I was going through all that, but I'm here to tell you I was. And I remember one of the side effects of taking the lithium was that it would make me shake like this, right? And somebody came up to me after Sunday service one time and they said, you know, I noticed that you were shaking. They thought I was nervous. I go, yes, I was. But it wasn't because I was nervous, right? And so one of the things in my job that we do is we teach that people recover from mental illness. Now, there's a huge myth in our society that says that people don't recover from mental illness. And there's still some people who have been told that they will never work again, who may never work again, and we're all on different paths, right? So I would never, tell anyone not to take their medication. I gratefully don't take medication anymore. I went from the drug to the natural form of lithium, and then I was able to create a life of balance. And during my recovery process, I was able to learn natural ways of supporting myself and recovering. One of those things was jumping in the Yuba River, hugging a tree, going barefoot in the grass, lying on Mother Earth. Those things helped ground me when I was really energetic and having all kinds of, creative ideas and couldn't sleep. That can be a gift. If I could learn how to live with that in a way that I could function in the world, that could be a gift. And so those things were all happening. And over the years, I learned that jumping in the freezing cold Yuba River was a way to kind of shock me out of whatever I was going through. And one of the other gifts that I found at the Yuba River was that if I were to get out and lie with my heart chakra on the warm granite boulder, oh my gosh, who would have known? That was so grounding to me. And so over the years, I've discovered that the things that have been most beneficial for my recovery are free, and they're from God. They're in nature. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I heard while I was going through my recovery process was that, Julia, you need to live in a serene, quiet, peaceful environment in nature. That's what I knew I needed. And so I was living in Sacramento, and one of the things that it was like down there was not like that. I was not living in a serene. And so I, as the good religious science that I am, started saying out loud, I'm moving back to Nevada County. And my friends and folks would go, well, where are you going to live? Well, I said, well, I don't know. Well, where are you going to work? And I said, well, I don't know. But Spirit told me that I needed to live in a serene, peaceful, calm environment, and so I began to say it out loud, right? And as we know from our teaching symbol, our word goes into the law that always says yes, and then it manifests as our life. And so our friend bought a farm that was adjacent to like hundreds of acres of ranch land, and she needed somebody to help her on the farm. And there was a trailer there, and that's where I landed, back in Nevada County, in South County. And so it was a beautiful place to continue to heal. And then I had some things to do, right, to contribute, right? That's one of the things, one of the ways we can feel worthwhile is to contribute. So I got to do that. And so the whole reason I'm bringing this up is to help reduce and break the stigma around mental illness. In our job where I work, one of the things that we put behind our name is ITE. And ITE stands for I'm the evidence that people recover. So that's why I'm speaking up. And these bracelets say, I'm a real storyteller. Because one of the ways that people heal is by sharing their stories. It not only heals ourselves, but someone else that might be listening can hear something that could really change their lives. We know that from 12-step meetings too, right? So, yeah, I guess that's all I want to say about that today. But thank you for listening to my story, and yeah, appreciate us remembering that people do heal. And it's hard for our family members and our friends because they've seen us in those really hard times. And they don't ever want to see us go through that again, right? And so they have our best intentions, our best interests at heart, always. And just, I always remember that, and I'm grateful. And I have to speak up and say, you know what? I'm capable. I'm whole, perfect, and complete, just as I am. And thank you for your support, because I've certainly needed it over the years. Appreciate it. And that's another benefit of being in community, is that we can support one another too. So let's see. I think I want to say that we as spiritual beings having a human experience, it's so important for us to continue to delve under the surface of what is within us that is calling for healing. What parts of those selves that we don't want to look at are still down there that need our love? Because in order to be a whole human being, we need to embrace all those parts of ourselves. Those parts of ourselves that we may not love. We need to love them. Because what? We are individualized expressions of God. If we're not loving ourselves, we're not loving our Creator. That's the way I look at it. And so that's what helps me remember to love myself, because I am that. I am that spirit in form. And so it's back to that darkness with the light, right? And how when we look up into the heavens and we see the light, the stars twinkle the brightest, it's when they have that darkest backdrop behind them. And so in order for us to magnify our light to the brightest that it can be, we have to embrace that darkness within ourselves. It's okay. It's who we are, right? There's the dark and the light. There's the in-breath and the out-breath. There's the ebb and flow of the tides. It's natural. We are part of nature. We are part of creation. So I just invite us to go through this week and think about those parts of ourselves that we may not love, and think about loving them. Because the world needs us to shine our light as brightly as possible, more today than ever before. So it is. Okay, so now it's time for our time of conscious giving. So I'm going to invite us to stand up and say our prosperity affirmation together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Now, Ashley, sing us another song. Thank you.
I may be too busy shining to meet your expectations. Far too happy feeling how far love goes to halt this exploration. Far too invested in shining the light I am to turn down my brightness because of your opinion. So I'm just gonna shine, 'cause that's what light does. Just gonna shine. love you so much, my loved ones. I decided to choose you as a reason that I show up to the shining that's mine to do. I may not be available in all the ways you would like, though when I am full and willing to shine love, it's so bright. I just get to shine. For that's what light does. Just shine, shine. 'Cause that's what lights me up. May not be available in all the ways the world would like, but when I'm full and willing to shine light in the direction I so love to shine.
Now I'd like to bless these offerings. Thank you for your offerings. Knowing that that infinite law of cause and effect, that law of reciprocity, that the infinite abundance of life itself moves in, through, and as each one of us. And so I gratefully accept these blessings in the form of money, knowing that they go out into the world to not only bless this community, but our greater community. For we are the tithing church, and we tithe to our community partners in Nevada County. And so I thank you for all these blessings today, and I know that we are blessed beyond measure as a result of our giving. For giving and receiving are the same. So it is. Okay, let's see, reminders. We are having visioning afterwards. If you care to participate, that'd be really great. We're going to be visioning at least once per month for our center as we continue on this process during this time of transition to find out what Spirit has in store for Sierra Center. The other thing, I want to thank Juanita. Thank you for doing all that technology stuff, Juanita. Thank you, Mary Lou, for the announcements, PowerPoint, and the sacred reading. Thank you, Javon, for being our greeter and for your service too. Am I forgetting anyone? Yes, Ashley. Ashley and crew. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you were here. Could stop by and bless us with your music. Yes, absolutely. Perfect songs. And thank each one of you for being here. It's so such a blessing to be with you in community. And with that, I'm going to say, I forgot to say in the beginning, I'll just say, what are you taking away with you from today's service here today? Gratitude. All right. Healing. Yes. Peace of mind. Wonderful. The truth. Woohoo! Capital T. All right. Well, thank you all for being here, and blessings on your week. And for those of you who are new, we would love to see you back again. All right. Namaste. Okay, the benediction. Let's stand for our benediction. Okay, something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called brightness. It's this thing called truth. It's this thing called healing. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. And now for our closing song.
think we were just gonna do a little more of that True Colors song, just the chorus part, and I hope you guys will like stand up and just sing.
All right, let's stand
and
up.
sing it with your heart. And I don't know the words either, so that should give you permission to sing out even if you don't know the words.
All right.
Okay? Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Exactly.
See your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful. 1, 2. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful. 1, 2, 3. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
So it is. Thank you guys so much.